Baby, this is me risking everything because of love. I wasn't supposed to fall for her, not here, not now, not with everything at stake. But love doesn't check your schedule, it doesn't ask for permission, it just walks in, quiet, certain, and completely unaware of the rules you've built around your heart. And she walked in exactly like that. No warning, no grand entrance, just a presence that made everything else feel quieter, even the chaos I lived in every day. I wasn't in the right place for love. My life was a mess, bills behind, pressure building, everyone around me expecting me to choose security over risk. And she wasn't just love, she was a leap. She came with her own dreams, her own past, her own scars and soft places. And somehow she looked at mine and didn't flinch. She didn't ask me to become someone else. She didn't ask me to have it all figured out. She just wanted truth. So I gave her that, piece by piece, night after night. I told her the parts one usually hide, how I'm scared of not being enough, how I don't always know how to say what I feel, how I've pushed away good things before, because I didn't think I deserved them. She didn't run. She didn't laugh. She didn't say that's too much. She stayed quietly, patiently, like she was waiting for me to realize that love isn't about having it all together. It's about choosing someone anyway. So here I am. Baby, recording this, saying this, showing this, because this is me risking everything. My comfort, my safety, my plans, because of you. Because loving you isn't the easy road, but it's the real one, and if it costs me everything to choose you openly, then so be it. Because for once, I'd rather lose control than lose you. I wasn't built for vulnerability, not really. I was raised to stay guarded, taught to keep my emotions folded up like clothes I only wear when no one's around. You show strength, you stay focused. You don't hand people the knife by showing them where your heart is. But she changed all of that, not by force, not by asking, just by being who she was, gentle, steady, present. It started small. The way she noticed when my laugh wasn't real, the way she asked twice if I said, "I'm fine," too fast. The way she stayed quiet long enough to let me talk without needing to fix me. She didn't fall in love with the version of me that had it all figured out. She loved the broken parts. I tried to hide, and that scared me more than anything. Because real love, it comes with risk. It means giving someone the power to hurt you and trusting they won't. I told myself not to go too deep, to be smart, to stay in control. But one night I caught her looking at me like I was the most important thing in the room. Even though I was saying nothing at all, and I knew if I kept holding back, I'd lose the one person who made silence feel safe. So I started showing up in all the messy, honest, unfiltered ways. I told her when I was scared, when I felt like giving up, when I didn't know how to explain what was wrong, but still needed her close. She never judged me for it, never made me feel weak. She just stayed. And the more she stayed, the more I realized something I never thought I would. She was worth the risk. All of it. The uncomfortable conversations, the fear of losing myself, the voices in my head saying, "She's too good for you, she's going to leave eventually," even the people around me. The ones who told me to be careful, to think it through, to protect my future. They didn't see what I saw. They didn't see how she held my hand, like she was holding on to everything good I had left, how she whispered, "I'm not leaving," when I gave her 100 reasons to. They didn't hear her say, "I don't need you perfect, I just need you present." And that line, it broke me in the best way. Because for once, I wasn't being loved for how strong I looked, I was being loved for how real I was willing to be. So yes, This is me risking everything. Heart suit, not because I'm foolish, but because I finally understand what it means to choose someone not with fear, but with full-hearted faith. The closer we got, the louder the doubts became. Not from her, but from the world around me. People started pulling me aside. Be careful, bro, don't get too attached. It'll mess with your focus, don't forget your goals. They meant well, I guess. They just didn't get it. They didn't see the way she made space for me to breathe. The way she listened like nothing else in the world mattered. The way she saw through my silence and still stayed soft. They didn't see how she helped my goals. How she reminded me who I was when I doubted myself. How she clapped for me in private when I couldn't show the world what I was building yet. They only saw the risk, but I saw the reason. And yeah, she's the reason I started showing up better. The reason I stopped running from hard conversations. The reason I started trusting someone with the parts of me that never felt worthy of love. One night I told her everything. No filters, no edits, no safe words. I said, I've never given this much of myself to anyone. She didn't flinch. She didn't ask me to take it back. She just reached for my hand and said, good, that means it matters. And that line, it undid every wall I'd ever built around my heart. Because real love isn't comfortable. It doesn't keep you safe inside your old fears. It stretches you. It pushes you into the light. And loving her, it's the bravest thing I've ever done. I've turned down opportunities just to be near her. Missed sleep, lost friends, risked my reputation, all because when I'm with her, I don't have to be anyone else. I don't have to be the strong one, or the funny one, or the one who always has it figured out. I just get to be, and she chooses me there. That's why this love matters. Not because it's easy, not because it makes sense to everyone else, but because it's the first thing I've ever fought for that made me feel free. So yeah, baby, this is me. No mask, no backup plan, no escape route. Just me, risking everything because of you. We were sitting in her kitchen when I finally told her about the biggest thing I'd been hiding. Not a secret, like some mistake I made. Not a confession about someone else, just the truth that I had built my whole life around staying in control. That love always felt like giving someone a weapon and hoping they never use it. That every time I felt something too deep, I used to pull back because I was scared, not of love, but of being loved right. And she didn't try to talk me out of it. She didn't start listing reasons why she wouldn't hurt me. She just said one thing. I know. But I'm not them. It wasn't a defense. It was a promise. Short, soft, and steady. She didn't need to convince me. She just needed me to know that this time, it's different. And it really was. She wasn't perfect. She had her own scars, her own battles, her own habits. She was still unlearning, but she never used those things as excuses. She showed up. And that's what changed me, not her words, but her presence. Every time I felt like backing away, she moved closer. Not too fast, not demanding, just there. She waited for me to feel safe, waited for me to unlearn everything. Love had previously taught me that it was something I had to chase, something I had to earn, something I had to perform for. And now, for the first time in my life, I wasn't surviving love, I was living in it. And it didn't make me weak. It made me brave, because to love her, I had to tear down everything I built to protect myself. The distance, the walls, the excuses that kept me from feeling too much. And she was worth every bit of that risk. I remember the night she asked, "Do you ever regret choosing me?" I looked her dead in the eye and said, "I regret not choosing you sooner." She tried to smile, but I could see the tears start to well. And I just held her, not like she was fragile, but like she was home, because that's what this love is. Not a break from reality, but a reason to believe in it again. So baby, if I lose things because of this, money, opportunities, comfort, even people, I'm okay with that, because none of that ever made me feel what I feel with you. This is me risking everything. Because I'd rather love you loudly and lose what's shallow than stay silent and lose what's real. It's strange how love can make you feel two things at once, terrified and steady, exposed and safe, like you're falling, but also finally landing. That's how she made me feel. Every time I looked at her, I saw the risk, clear as day. I was risking the version of myself I'd spent years protecting. The version that stayed cold to survive. The version that laughed things off to avoid going deep. The version that never asked for much, because asking meant getting disappointed. But with her, I couldn't stay hidden. Not even if I wanted to. She saw right through all of it. And what's wild is, she never made a big deal about it. Never said, "I know you better than you know yourself." She just sat with me. Patient, soft, and quiet. Until I started handing her the pieces I once swore I'd never share. She didn't ask for a love that looked perfect. She asked for something true, and I finally understood what that meant, the day I almost walked away. It wasn't because of her. It was me. That old fear, creeping back in, telling me, "This is too good. You're going to mess it up. She'll leave anyway." I stood in the doorway, keys in hand, heart in my throat. She didn't cry. Didn't beg, she just looked at me and said, "If you go, I'll still love you. But I hope you stay. Because we're just getting started." And I realized in that moment, leaving would have been easy. I could have returned to the safety of distance. I could have protected my pride, saved myself the vulnerability, stayed in control. But what would I be protecting myself from? Love from someone who had never raised her voice at me. Who remembered little things I said in passing, like they mattered. Who held me through the worst parts of myself, without ever using them against me. So I stayed. I stayed because this isn't just love. This is real, and it's scary. Yes, but it's also sacred. And I'm done pretending that loving someone this deeply is something I should be quiet about. So baby, when I say I'm risking everything, I don't mean I'm losing. I mean, I'm choosing. I'm choosing to show up, to stay, to fight for something that doesn't ask for perfection, just presence. And if that makes me reckless, then I hope I never play it safe again.